All right, guys. Teris is launched. Put little man to bed. Give him bath time. All good things. All good things. So, the transaction count on Teris appeared to stall at about 98 during my live stream, but there's been more transactions have come in since then. We are now over 100. We were at 107 last time I looked. So people are still playing as well they should. I'm going to keep playing when I get paid out. You know, it's slow going right now, but it'll pick up. It'll pick up. It's going to be the one doubler in the world that will actually get faster as time goes on. So, on to the breakdowns. I did promise that I was going to break it down. I forgot to include the on buy-in percentages. I'll add those in at the end of this. So, here's the thing: is we can't accurately predict right out the gate, like before we launch. We can't accurately predict how long it's going to take for round one. And the reason why is because that depends, on a few different factors. Mostly, the biggest factor is how big can we pump this Abot? How much money can we get rolling through the system, generating daily returns for us, right? And the simple fact of the matter is that, sorry, I'm multitasking here. Simple fact of the matter is that until we have our arbitrage coins actually in the Abot, we won't know. However, that doesn't mean that it's a total shot in the dark, anybody's guess as to how long it will take to pay the line. What we can do is we can make a couple of assumptions and do educated guesswork, okay? So keep in mind these are not set in stone. Things happen. If ETH runs away on a bull run, which I do expect it to do sometime this year, like within a year from now, but when is anybody's guess, so I'm not worried about that. If that happens, it'll probably take a little bit longer, just because when you put it in the Abot, you're tethered to a USD value, and that doesn't care what the price of ETH is. So if you've got $10,000 in the Abot, you're going to be generating somewhere around $75 a day, because you're averaging about 0.75% per day. Now, does that mean that every single day you're going to get $75 like clockwork? Of course not. No, that's the average price. That's how it works. So, if ETH falls to $75 a day, that means we're generating about 1 Ethereum per day, right? And the way Teris works is it's Ethereum based, not USD based. The price of Ethereum does not matter at all to Teris. The reason why is because the price of Ethereum does not matter at all to the gears, and that's what we're going after. Plus, it's kind of hard to tie in USD into a doubler accurately. It would just be very, very hard to do. And this would have taken a lot longer to come out if we had done that. It is possible, but it'll take a while. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So if Ethereum dives, these will go quicker. If it jumps up on a bull run, it'll take longer, because our $75 is no longer getting us, the about 0.4 or so, or 0.35, whatever it is right now. So it'll take a little bit longer is what I'm saying. But we're going to assume the 0.75% per day in return and an ETH price of $200, because when I went and did this, ETH was actually below 200. I think it was 180. But we went ahead and said, okay, that's not going to last for too long. And guess what? It's well over 200 today. Um, we went and redid this just a few days ago, me and Medic. So let's get into it. If we have $10,000 in the Abot, we'll get $75 a day. That means Teris will be paid out in 300 days. Okay, and how I got that 300 days is we know that there's going to be 150 Ethereum owed to the line per round when it locks. So with that knowledge and saying that ETH is $200, we know that we're aiming for 30 grand in returns from arbitrage to hit our, being able to pay out the line. So that's how I got that. Likewise, a $25,000 Abot will pay us $187.50 a day, and Teris is paid out in 160 days. 50,000 is literally double and half. Get twice as much a day, which means it takes half as long. $75,000 give us 562 and a half per day, and Teris is paid out in 54 days. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting because the math is actually 53 point something. I think it was 53.4, but I don't remember. However, that doesn't matter. We only get paid once per day from arbitrage. So we round up. So it'll take 54 days, even though the math, if you went and did this to yourself, it would say 53 something. $100,000 in the Abot gives us a 40-day payout period. 250,000, 17 days. 500,000, 9 days. And then from here, I went ahead and did the rest of the math. But this is kind of where you start getting diminishing returns. And if you're not familiar with that concept, it's not a straight, for every, say, $1,000 you have in the Abot, every $1,000 you have in the Abot above $5,000 does not knock 1 day off of the total payout period. It's kind of a bell, So after 500,000, it does decrease the time, but it takes a lot more in the Abot to make a significant impact. So if we have $750,000 in there, it'll take a little less than a week, that is actually my goal. Obviously not round 1 or round 2 or round 3, but that would be my goal for self-sustaining doublers. Where was it? Okay, $1 million in the Abot will let us pay out every 4 days. So that's pretty darn good. $2 million in the Abot every other day. We could open it up, lock it, and have it paid off in 2 days. Open it up the next day, pay it off the day after that, so on and so forth. And then $4 million in the Abot will give us our $30,000 a day, which means we can pay Teris daily. Now, one important thing to remember is that it's going to be slow going in the beginning. Okay? If we go just a straight, for example, there was 15.64 Ethereum that was generated in the first 40 minutes. I went ahead and sent that to arbitrage already. So that's already on the platform. I put in a buy order. I didn't just buy what people were selling. I did do a smart trade. And arbitrage had pumped up a little bit since earlier today. Earlier today I was looking at it and it was, seemed to be the average price was around 0.008. But right now it's going for 0.0092, I believe, is when I was looking at it. So I'm just going to wait for it for right now. I did put in a buy order for 1,750 ARBs. So that buy order is in there. I'm hoping it dips a little bit so that gets picked up. And if it doesn't, we'll take a look at it before the stream, and we'll go ahead and make a calculated risk on whether or not to buy. And hope that it pumps up, with this small amount, only 100 transactions in. Get out of here. Only 100 transactions in, if we have the opportunity in the next couple of days to get $10,000 going in the Abot, I'm going to put it in. Um, because that will allow income to begin generating already for Teris. And if we only have a small group of people in the first round that want to play, that understand that, hey, it might take you a week or two to make a 25% return on your investment, but that's fine by me, which I'm firmly in that boat. That's 50% a month. If it takes 2 weeks, let's just say, okay, show me the bank that's going to give you that. Um, anyway, I digress. So if we have to have a small group of people that are just playing over and over and over until we hit 640, then the contract will lock, and we're going to continue to send the Ethereum that is generated along with this process and buy arbitrage with it as we go. So it'll get faster and faster and faster for everybody, so that by the time it does lock, we're not looking at 150 Ethereum owed to the people that are in there. So it might take way less time than this to be able to open up round two. It depends. Everything's up in the air. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow. But we can make educated guesses. And guys, this 300 days, 160 days, 80 days, keep in mind that's worst case scenario. If it does take us a while to hit that 640, that does mean that we'll be paying as we go. So it's not going to be 150 Ethereum owed. At that point, once it locks, it might be like 40 or 30, that is owed to Teris, which will cut this down significantly. That would cut that in, if it was 50 Ethereum owed and we only had 10 grand in the Abot, you're looking at 100 days. That's just a few months to finish paying everyone out. That's not bad. And as time goes on, this is going to grow. This number is going to grow. And let's say we get 250,000 in the Abot. Well, once that round opens back up, pays out in 17 days, the round opens back up. At this point, I'm assuming word would get around and it's going to be pretty quick to relock, especially if we're paying twice a month, the entire line. The Ethereum that's generated in that can also be added to the Abot, and we're not, we didn't sign any contract with arbitraging or anything like that where that's the only platform we can do. We can invest. We can hit, say, 250,000 in the Abot, and then if Nova Chain is performing similarly in the return every day, we can start utilizing the Rex bot too. We can diversify. In fact, it'd be kind of silly not to diversify a little bit. Just my opinion. So, my point being is that in between each of these rounds, and let's say we do get it down to, we get 750,000 in the Abot. We're paying it once a week. We're still going to be generating at that level 424 Ethereum per month from the buy-in fees. They can be sent, at that point, maybe we stop investing in things that are going to return. We stop looking for the new Nova chains. We stop looking at crystal tokens. We stop looking at there's one that just came out. What the hell is it? Lavo. I haven't even really looked into that one, but I've seen that around. I've seen it mentioned a few places, so that is on my to-do list to check it out, but I've been a little busy this week. What we might do at that point in time is look at it like, okay, well, we're getting 424 Ethereum from people buying in. They're already getting paid out once a week. That's pretty darn good, So maybe at that point, instead of diversifying, we go look for some other projects like this that we can help out, just like we helped out the Gears. So it's up in the air. We do know that we don't want to stop with the Gears. We do want to find other projects to help, because the reason we started this was to help the community, by freeing the Ethereum from the Gears. So why would we stop at just one project? I'm going to go ahead and write this in here now. So on buy-in. Boop. And I really need a new phone. ETH is split as follows. 62.5%, and that comes out to 0.325. So that goes to whoever is first in line. So if you're looking at it and it says people in line in front of you and it says 0, you're next. You're the next person to get paid. So if that's you and someone else buys in, that 0.325 is going to you. Now, it doesn't pay every single transaction. You're not going to get 2 transactions of 0.325. What it'll do is it'll hold 0.325 in the contract, and then on the next buy-in, it'll add that 0.325 to the previous 0.325 and send that whole thing to you. And 32.5%, which works out to, I think it was 0.187. Let's 0.5 times 32.5%, 0.1625. I don't know where the hell I got 0.187. Oh, from up here. 187. Boom. ETH goes to Trade Wallet, and 5%, 0.025 ETH goes to devs. Now, this 5%, we could have split it because we've got there's 6 people on the dev team for this. So we could have split that 6 ways and had it be like 0.00 freaking whatever, 82, I think is what that 0.0082, I believe, would be 1/6. I don't know. I can't math right now. 0.004 or 0.005 goes here. 0.005 goes there. Blah blah blah. We could have done that, but what we did instead, if you're looking at the contract and you're reading it, we're doing a wallet rotation. So all of us, we sent our personal wallet addresses to the programmer, to the person that wrote the code for this. And she put that in a rotation. On one transaction, at that 0.025 will come to me. The next one, it'll go to Medic, and then Bones, and then the other 3, and that's including the company of War Dogs Gaming. And the reason we didn't just do straight War Dogs Gaming is because Bones brought in our marketing partner, so he's just paying him out of what he gets from the dev fee. Medic brought in the programmer, so he's paying the programmer out of what he gets in the dev fee. And I brought in the UI guy, the UI team. There's a couple different people we're working with. So that's going to go to them. And then the company wallet is there to fill in any gaps. So let's say, for instance, the bill for the programming comes out and it's a couple $100 more than Bones had even gotten in dev fees. Well, there's the company wallet. Boom, there you go. Let's say the UI is a little more complicated than we thought. So it's going to cost me more than I got. Well, supplement from the company wallet. And in the case that everything works out good, there's no surprises, then the company wallet, the money that makes, is going to go to our marketing campaign for our next project. So I kind of felt bad taking a 5% cut, but honestly, these things are expensive, and we have so much more in the works than just Teris that all costs money. So you guys are helping us to free the ETH from the gears. And you're also helping us make some money so we continue to make more better games, and we have a whole plan laid out, not just Ethereum smart contract games. That's what we're going to do at first, because that's what we know, that's what we love to play. But we do have generations, that are going to come out. I can't get into too much detail on it right now. I would love to. I'd love to sit and talk all day, but it's been a long day. I have to go to work tomorrow. I need to try and get some sleep, and I still haven't eaten dinner yet. So this is the breakdown, the expected. If we have this much in the Abot, this is how long you can expect for it to take. I wish I could just give an answer like, okay, it's going to take, 50 days to pay the line, period. I wish it worked that way. Unfortunately, it just doesn't. So you gotta work with what you have to work with, right? Use what you got. So this is what we looked at. This is our educated guesstimation on rough time frames it's going to take to pay the line if we achieve X in the Abot. And let's say we end up with 60,000 in the Abot. Well, we could easily just go and get an exact number a day, but at a glance, just based off of this, you can see that it'll take roughly 70 days, 68 days, somewhere around there. That's where it's going to fall in if we have 60 grand in the Abot. So it's a nice little tool to use for reference, just quick, boom. If not, you can follow the following formula. Let me throw this in here too, if anyone wants to do it yourself. You take the Abot value times 0.75%, and that equals daily payout. And again, that's an average. So some days it'll be more, some days it'll be less, some days it'll be exactly 75. Who knows? But that's been watching this for a long time. That's the average. So it's going to be pretty darn accurate. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the Ethereum owed to the line. Oop. Okay. Let me say X. I'm going to refer to the daily payout as X. The Ethereum owed to the line divided by the price of ETH. And that's going to equal Y. Okay. And then what you're going to do, or not divided, sorry, multiplied, because I'm just being dumb right now. ETH owed to the line times the price of ETH, and that's going to give you a US dollar number. In this case, it was 30,000. 150 ETH owed to the line, which, let me put that in there too. Baseline 150.50 ETH per round. Anyway, so that'll give you a number. So when we said, the price of ETH in the very beginning, when I said assumptions made, is $200. 150 times 200 is 30 grand. Easy. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take Y divided by X equals number of days to pay. And we'll call that Z. We'll call this the USD to pay. So it's USD to pay divided by daily payout. For the folks that don't do XYZ very well. So that's the formula. You can do it yourself at any time to get an estimation of how long it's going to be. And we'll keep you updated with how much is currently in the Abot. You know, full transparency on all of that. You can watch the transactions. You can see, you know, 100% of the Ethereum that is generated from Abot will be going back to the wallet and then injected into the contract. That's just how it's going to work. There's zero haircut on that. Never will be anything like that. And we will keep everyone posted at all times on what the Abot value is. If anyone ever asks or wants to know, just ask. We'll keep it in the do updates on our videos about Teris. We'll include the Abot value. We'll keep it updated in the War Dogs Gaming Telegram group and the Discord and everything. So if at any point in time you want to know how much we have in the Abot so you can do this yourself, ask. And we'll give you the updated, current Abot value. I think that's going to do it for this video because I do need to eat and I do need to try to get to sleep. I'll try. Hang on. While I'm here. Let's just reload this, see if there's been any more transactions. Boom! 2 more transactions. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Exciting times. Very exciting. Very nice. Anyway. This is why I make these games. I love them. I love the games. Anyway, hopefully I'll wake up and have been paid out so I can put it right back in. Now, obviously, I would prefer that you put it back in because that's why we capped it at 2 Ethereum. So that way it's kind of forcing you to take profits. But at the same time, that money is yours to do whatever the hell you want with. That's none of my business what you do with your money. Period. Never will be. But I can say with confidence, this is one project that will pay everyone out, no matter how long it takes. It will get paid. So what I will be doing is I'll be putting it right back in every time, because I'm forced to take my half of an Ethereum in profit every time I put it in. I can only put in so much. So that's just me personally. Do what you will. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the launch of Teris. I very much enjoyed launching it. It's been a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Jarhead out.